identify what's going on. So the rate of Proserpina. Proserpina. Bernini, by Bernini. Okay. Now, what to do with this is basically, there's a different, no, it's different from what I see here. So I'll give it back to you, Ian, because the head here, it's at a different position than the head what I'm giving you. So just realize, so it's kind of, it's here. Yeah, I'll give it back to you.
So we'll go from your...
Yeah, I would say yes with my drawing, but it was just so you could see the original, how it looked.
Yeah.
Are you okay with the curtain, Jane?
Yeah.
It's a bit high, isn't it? I mean, you got the sun in front of you.
I put the ring down. I think it's that middle one, isn't it? Yeah.
It's the middle one.
Oh. That's still a bit hard.
Yes, it's a bit better. Do you want to have that one? Good. And now, so look, you have that triangular shape down here. Well, before I start with the lower bit, I could start with the top bit, which is basically head. So you have that angle on the head. So just look at the outside form, which is kind of a square here. Then you have obviously the neck. You have the neck, shoulder, arm, upper arm, and then you have body, and you have that movement of, look, the shadow starts from her hair, moves, you got disruption from where the male's hand is, but if you look at the form, you have that shadow here coming onto his wrist, and then it's her bum here, hip, and the other arm, the other hand here, which is basically, it's a bit like it's like the clothes of an eagle, just on her flesh. It's just clinging on her flesh. Here you got these. It's a very powerful sculpting here. You got the hand here, and her kneecap, which is further off her head. If it's a vertical line, you can see it's further out. Vertical line here, further out, and then you have the shin, calf, and then all that area is in shadow. All this area here is in shadow. Dark. Then you got that shadow of her head here, dark. Transparent shadow here, which is basically kind of a light shadow, which is, it's a marble. Obviously the marble, you have reflected light back to the marble, and the shadows are much softer here, right here. And then you have the arm or the hand of the male here, of the, I guess it's a kind of a god of the darkness, you might say, whatever. That's basically his very powerful figure, the male. And you have, and then her hip, arm here. So what I will do now is basically, first of all, to get that movement, it's basically this. It's like a V shape on the side. It's like a V shape, V here, a V, and then another V shape down here, which is basically, thank you, Jack. It's this one here. It's another V shape down here. Here, there. Now it's just a matter of working on the hands a little bit, which is basically, look, this one. It's clinging on her flesh, close. Another one here. Middle, ring finger, and the small finger there. And thigh, the outside line, calf here, and actually I don't see any end of her feet, but I think the feet is somewhere something like this here. As we don't actually see it, but it's something like that. That's a feet.
It's on the picture.
On the picture it
Yeah.
is, yes. On the picture, the second picture I've sent you, but not on this one. Well, not to complicate it too much, basically, with the feet. That's why I've chosen. There's a very nice contrast on that picture that I've sent you. On the picture that, on this one, there's more details on the one that I've sent you now. This one, I think, more details on her face. But it's not about the portrait. It's about the energy that it's portrayed or comes out of that movement, basically. There, you got her nose, eyebrow, hair, curly hair, shoulder down here, and so this is the overall basic figure that I see there. Now, I've fixed that tool. Basically, it's a stump. It's basically what's that? Chamois wrapped up on a palette knife, and then look what you do. That's how you soften it. Well, it's easier to soften because it's like you can control it a lot better with the chamois. So all these dark lines that I've done, I can soften with the chamois. Now, if you don't have a chamois, you can do it with any paper cloth, towel. I mean, not towel. You can say towel. Cloth and stump. Yes, stump as well. Yes. Now, I've lost this arm, this hand here, which is basically there. It's clinging on her. Then you got fingers here. And then this one here. This. The wrist and the shadow of the wrist here. And then you got the wrist. And then the power of the hand actually grabbing her like this.
It's fantastic, the way the pressure on the
Yeah,
it's
the beauty of it's almost, it's better than reality. It's so detailed and so energetic. Obviously, he's doing something of he shouldn't do, but we're talking about the artistic form. And you have a little bit of mouth here. Nose, mouth, hair, eyebrow, eye, with a longer charcoal. The nose, it's. You okay, Nina?
Yeah. I just got a tick in the back of my throat.
Oh yeah, like me. My cough is not going away. And a bit of a mouth, and then coming back here and working on the hand here, right there, and highlighting all this arm here, all this hand here. Look, with your putty rubber. So darken it first and highlight it as you move along, and softer the fingers here, and give that clinging onto the flesh here, like that. And the wrist, this is moving down, bit of a shadow here, there. And that defines, by doing the wrist of the man here, that's the wrist of the man is here, look. So we see just a little bit of the wrist of there. And you have the calf, bit of a shadow or reflected light here on her bum here, right here. And the shadow of the fingers onto the flesh. Just the elongated shadow of the fingers. And you have the other thigh here, which I don't want to get too much into that. It's just not easy to see the other thigh. Then you have drapery here. She's wearing something. like the ancient times, people were wearing those long draperies, and then that's the other arm moving away. The other arm moving away. There. He's like asking for help, obviously, or screaming, whatever. And then forehead, hair, nose, cheek, and the chin here, and the neck, here. And we have the movement of the upper arm, shoulder basically, and the elbow. And a little bit of darker shadow here. So that was it basically. You see, maybe, possibly, I could have given her a little bit more of a moving. So move the head forward. Well, it's yes and no. I could leave it here. Maybe giving her a bit more of a movement. It's like a bending forward. But I think you get the message with this, with the movement of, and the screaming and the basically the energy that gives you. That strong hold, that his strong grip that the man is having on her. With these powerful, as I said, powerful hands with the clothes here that he's doing that. It's like a clothes.
Gosh.
Huh?
This has got to be the hardest yet, I think.
Well, that's right. Well, but we need to challenge ourselves,
Yeah.
don't we?
Yeah, they'll certainly challenge you.
Because we do well, yeah.
It's not about saying it's an easy drawing, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's saying you need to challenge us.
Well, no, I didn't say no. I
No,
didn't
you
say it's
didn't say
easy. But yeah, I've given you quite easy life so far. So a little bit more of a
Yeah.
challenging Tuesday. I should call that challenging Tuesday. There, and the cuff down here. A little bit more of a, yeah, that's better. By darkening the cuff, I think that's better by darkening the cuff. It gives more of a contrast. Although the cuff is not darkened or darker there, I think by doing it ourselves it's much better. There. And shadow here. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. I think you're already moving on.
Never be.
Moving on already. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's go back to our drawing. Now it's quiet here, and fix a few things here because it's some parts of it are badly. They need badly attention. So a bit of brush and charcoal. I could darken the top of the hand here, and then start distinguishing the little finger here, small finger right here. Okay. Get another brush. That brush was wet. Another brush, and darken it here, darken it, or keep that highlight on this area of, which is all light and transparent light here. Keep it at a lighter than the rest. Then you have light on the neck, middle tone. I think the eye is a bit further up, the nose a bit shorter. Hair here, and possibly going back to my that's chamois on palette knife, and then adding that shadow here. I see that's her hair. Put on the chin, get the chin a bit more turned outwards, background, darks. Take some charcoal from my chamois and then get the hand, get the calf, thigh, lighter tone here, a little bit less dark. He's grabbing her. You can see the tension on the fingers. And the other thigh, drapery here, arm of the man there, drapery all around here. And definitely working a little bit more now on the left hand side here. Now it's chaotic here because we have drapery. This is her hair, curly hair. Bit of a darker tone of value here, darker there. Cheekbone. Upper lip, lower lip, chin. We've got the jaw there, neck. And although the shadows here are very transparent, because it's alabaster, still need to go a little bit further out. The hand, the hand itself, got the knuckle bone, wrist bone, big toe, index finger, cast shadow of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and the small finger here. And they all pushing and pressing the flesh here. Hip. Oh, that's the hip here. And I've got thumb, wrist, the bone of the wrist bone here, and you've got a very, very, very deep shadow. Okie dokie, now I think those darks need to be a little bit more connected to each other. There. Just giving the thigh a little bit darker here and leaving that open-ended so you don't know where the thigh actually ends. In the kneecap, although there is a bit of indication, there's not the shin, you don't see the shin there. So I'm exaggerating here now. The foot is, it's not like that because the foot actually drops down, but I don't want to get out of my page here, so I don't want to. So I'm leaving the foot and I'm giving it a twist here. It's my version of Bernini's. It's not, yeah, it's not exactly like that. It's a small change. I'm sure Bernini won't mind. Anyhow, so you've got a bit of a darker tone here, and drapery. Back the clipper here. Got drapery. Drapery down here. And you've got drapery here. There. And that drapery comes over the foot. That's my version of it anyway. Reflected line on her bum here. Reflected light. There. Soft turn of the light. That's a thigh. With my putty, I can come back and create a little bit more tension here. Little finger, ring finger, middle finger, and the index finger there. Wrist, got the wrist here. Bone structure. And shadow of the neck, shoulder actually, and the curls, beautiful curls here. Okay. Curls up here. Forehead, I think a little bit lighter. Nose popping out a bit more. Now between the nose and the upper lip there is a light. Light. Lower lip, upper lip, light in between. And cheek. Knuckle bone. Wrist. And the bone structure here. Heel, foot itself, moving down this way. I think I've got a little bit of too much of putty rubber. I think smaller putty rubber will do, and get rid of those lines here. Those lines a little bit less visible, more of a highlight here. Now that thumb is a bit too far out. You go the hip. Highlight. Now see that area under between the fingers and the thigh is quite highlighted. Right here, I'm talking about that area here. Light in between the fingers. Here we are, I'm talking about these two highlights. Now it's a little bit lighter, the calf. calf. There. This background noise, I need to soften that a little bit more. Soften that down. Although I like background noise, you know, too much of a, but I need to be careful because it's too high, it's too much of the background. Talk about this, soften that a little bit more. Bring back the forehead. Curls. Curls here. That's her hand moving out. Her other arm as well. And that is way beyond there. So the other arm is something like this. She's got the arm there. Obviously she's trying to escape. That's all drapery here. And that is her strong arm. So his strong arm. Where the drapery starts. And we have the shadow here. I think it must be Greek mythology. I should have read a little bit more about that. But not time this time. I can see and inform myself and educate myself later on. Let's draw it now. Here. Hand here. Again, tension. Tension on the hand. There. Highlight. Thumb, as the thumb moves inside her spine, gets inside the shadow, so it becomes softer. You almost don't see it. And you've got upper wrist, the upper wrist here, middle finger, softer lines here. I mean that it's a soft shadow under her curls somewhere here. And you've got the toes here. As I said, I'm creating my own version here of toes, heel, calf, highlight on the thigh here, at knuckle bones here, and that middle finger is lighter there, ring finger lighter up here and the small finger lighter. And you have the distance between the fingers is larger. Okay. I think it's on the right path now. That finger there, the tension of it, it shows. This is it grabbing her there. Tension there. And it's dipped onto the flesh here, so flesh around that. So a little bit of a softer shadow here. And a general dark line around here. I mean, softer, darker tone of body here. Because it's all shadow here. There's nothing, it's all blurred like this. Huh? That way. Yeah, the wrist. And you got lower arm. There. She's holding something here between her lower arm and hip. Softer line, not that strong as that.